in 3, 2, 1. Hey, what's up? I'm BZB,
I'm Adrian.
I'm Danae.
and this is But.
Actually,
Actually,
Danae, that is
oh,
my part. But actually, decent.
The
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 podcast.
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 I'm distracted by somebody. We need to
Uh,
Oh,
go
don't
to
you
the
do that.
back. I'm
the for real
sorry.
one.
Now,
Distracted by the
I
for
see what
real
you
one.
ooh, I ain't even gonna do that to you, Pastor. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead, Pastor. Go ahead.
Leave him
Right.
alone.
Welcome back to another episode of But Actually Decent. This our Michael Jordan episode 23. Yay, yay.
Again, because we said that
I
last
was gonna say, even
episode.
if I said
But
the
for
last
real.
episode, we was kidding. April Fool or November, December,
December Fool.
December Fools.
December Fools. But yeah, man, make sure y'all like and subscribe and share and tag and all of those good things. We got some great stuff that we're going to talk about today. But before we get into that, how was everybody's weekend? Nay, how was your weekend?
Fast. I went to DC for 40 hours.
Oh,
No, I'm wrong. 30 hours.
oh.
And it was fun though,
I
but
was gonna say, how was that 30?
it was jam packed.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff happened. I was able to squeeze in a nap. Um
Oh,
yeah. Well, I slept so hard on the plane. And there was a dude sitting next to me, and like he kept like jerking away from me because my thigh was on his. I'm like, okay, I'm not
I
waiting
always
on
do
you.
that to people. That's what
Like, don't. But
it's
I
different
just-
for me. Cause they're like this nigga. And
Right,
I'm
right.
sitting there like on their
Uh,
shoulders.
Could you stop moving? I'm trying to get okay. Thank you.
Sir,
No,
are you rubbing me? You know?
no, I was on the aisle seat, so like I was leaning towards the aisle, but I
Oh,
kept getting my shoulder knocked off. Ooh,
yeah.
that's my yeah. I'm gonna come back to that.
Circle back.
What y'all mad about?
What
But
y'all
I went to DC to see Arlita's show.
Whoop,
So
whoop.
flew in, got there super early in the
Arlita.
morning, checked into the room, chilled, and took a nap, got up, went to the show. And ironically, it was the same, like her whole family was there. And I had no
Oh,
idea. So like
good.
when we walked in, I was like, that looked like Jazz. Oh, that is Jazz. Oh, there go Milton. And it was like the whole family was there. And
funny.
our tickets just by chance was in the same row. So like we
Oh,
had the entire
cool.
row full of her people. And it was so funny because like I realized the moment when she saw us, because we didn't tell her that we were there.
Oh wow.
And so she was on the stage and she was like, like during the middle of something. And yeah, the show was so good. Like it was a full crowd. You saw it too, Adrian. Yeah.
Mhm.
So it was like local stuff. And then there was this one part, I ain't gonna tell it, but like I was like, "Ooh, this is a racy, but I love it. I've been waiting my whole life to see."
I
a
know
white
what
man on-
part you talking about. I know what part you talking about.
I ain't gonna tell the
I
whole
was like,
thing.
oh,
But they
well.
did. I'm gonna just tell a little bit. They did. It was like a Christmas, like the Scrooge, like Christmas past, Christmas present, Christmas future. But it was nigga past, nigga present, nigga
Hilarious. That's right up my
future.
alley.
Right?
Yeah.
They like got a white man from the crowd, and nigga past he was a slave on the on the
It was telling him.
auction block.
Uh-huh.
And he like the dude from mine, I don't know how yours was, Adrian. He was such a good sport. Like, but I was
Same.
like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right.
Was the guy that was at that did y'all part? I'm sorry to cut you off, and people that keep talking when they say that. Go ahead. I'll ask you later.
No,
That's
he was
funny.
good. He was with his wife. It was hilarious. But overall, the show was really, really good. Then we went out to eat afterwards. We went to this place called Allegory.
Okay.
And they all about the speakeasies there.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah. So
Very
it was a
sexy.
speakeasy,
Every place.
but the theme of it was Ruby Bridges in Wonderland. Yeah. So
Mm.
It was a art exhibit, and like there was a curated menu and everything that was based on like
Oh,
the in Wonderland, but like the art told a story like around the like interior perimeter of the place. It was so
I
cool. I was in there
love
like,
that.
wow. Like I found myself like I'm not a artsy girl, but I found myself just staring at it like
Wow.
this is really cool. And apparently the real Ruby Bridges had came there a couple of weekends before to see the exhibit. I was like, man, this is rich.
That's
Very
you
rich.
wouldn't happen to have taken a picture or two, would you?
I do have a few pics. I do have a few
Oh,
pics.
can you share 'em with us? Like
I
not
will.
but just like our group
Offline.
chat.
Right. Not the world.
Right.
Not the world. But and then Sunday got up and came back home.
Okay.
So it was a very quick turnaround. My flight was midday, so I was able to still get home and get some groceries and just kind of do some
Oh,
laundry and
okay,
chill.
Nara. You like Nara because she'd be like, I was on a
Who's
12-hour flight.
Nara?
That's where she make everything from scratch, right?
Uh-huh. From
Oh, that
TikTok.
Yeah.
girl. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
No,
She
I'm not like her. She be making
Yeah.
gum and shit. I'm
Yeah,
not
she be
making
making
no.
cereal. She's like, I'm making cereal from scratch. I'm like,
yeah.
what?
Why?
Yeah.
And how do you know how to do that? She made like Pepsi or
Yeah.
Coca-Cola from scratch.
From
Ginger
scratch?
ale.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they
Yes.
used to. That's what they used to do back in the day when Coke had Coke in it. You feel me?
Mm.
That's all that was.
Hold the Coke, please.
Hold
Hold.
the cold.
Extra Coke in mine. I'm not driving. I'll take some extra.
Go ahead and do a little.
But yeah, that was my weekend.
Wait, did you watch
Uh
the video that I sent you? That was essential for DC living. Did you
I,
watch it?
yeah, I did. There was a lot of what's that go-go? There was a lot of
Yes.
go-go like in the
Yes.
show.
Mhm.
Um
I
we went
love Go Go.
after we went to the Ruby Ridges and Wonderland place, we went to this other place that looked like Cheers on the inside.
Mm,
And they was playing go-go in there.
Hmm.
yes. I want to go back
Yeah.
to. I want to go back to DC, man.
Yeah, I'll do too.
I
But
really feel
y'all
like
will be
I'm.
proud of me. I stayed up. I stayed out late. I
Really?
Yep, I had on a heel.
Go
Oh,
ahead, Danae.
I did that.
I'm
And
proud
was
of you.
tied and woe down to the mugs and
I was gonna say,
everything.
was you
But you
wore down,
know,
toe down, or was you
woe
just
down, toe
oh
down,
when you wore
woe
down, toe
down,
down that
and yeah, but
Hold
I
down,
made it.
hold down. That's funny
I
to
made
me.
mm,
it.
yeah, that's
Hilarious.
that is a
Adrian, how about you? How was your weekend?
how was my weekend? My weekend was good. What did I do? Hmm. I did not get a haircut because my barber went out of town. I went to game night. One of my other friends, she just bought a home. Shout out to Rachel.
Okay.
And so we went. She had
Congrats,
game
Rachel.
night on very nice home,
Congrats.
very nice. We went. She had a game night on Saturday, so I did that. There it goes. I did that Saturday evening. Before that, I went to bridal dress shopping with one of my other friends, Tanya, and she found the dress. And I don't know if I'm supposed to.
She said yes to the
Oh,
dress.
I'm
yes
supposed
to
to
the
say. Probably,
dress.
probably wasn't supposed to say that.
Okay.
But
We
We'll cut
maybe
that
we
out. It's
take it
so we
okay.
out.
went we went dress shopping. We went dress
Uh,
shopping.
I'll cut that.
And then thank police. And then we prior
mhm.
to that, I had to go to work because there was an accident and I had to report that. And then prior to that, I went to breakfast with Santa with my nieces and Aaron. That was all Saturday. So Saturday was a busy day. Sunday I was
Mm,
like grocery shopping and meal prepping and stuff, which I'm very
Mhm.
proud of. But Saturday was busy. Saturday was busy, but a very good weekend nonetheless. Just good times. Friday was a This Is Us. I was kind of in my feels a little bit kind of day, and then Saturday we
I
got a.
need one of those. I
You
need
just
just
gotta
a
and just feel it.
yeah.
I was
I
like,
want to. I want to watch This Is Us, but I don't have. I can't cry every like
oh,
every
don't
hour
worry,
on the
they will
hour.
help you. They will help you. They'll help
I
you.
don't have
But
it in
that's
me.
the thing, and not because I'm a spokesperson at all, but it's not even like a cry, like an ugly cry. Like it gives you a bunch of different emotions because it'd be like just like how we said before, we was talking last week, like just like the lenses that you see it through. It'd be like
Mm-hmm.
some stuff where it's like, oh man, that's so sweet. Then it'd be some stuff like, oh my god, like you should do it.
It is. It is.
I'm
You
almost
should give it
done
a
now.
try. You
Yeah.
Uh,
never watched any episodes?
no, because my wife will be boo-hooing every single week. I'm like, I'm not about to put myself through that. No, thank you.
No, we gotta do that for the next episode. We all gotta watch the first episode and then
Oh,
talk about
say no
Report back.
more.
it.
Say no more. Yeah.
I love forcing emotions out of people. That's
Yeah.
my
I'll be
favorite
like,
thing to do.
it was real
You'd be
good.
like, why
I'm not
Bryan
about to
have
put
on
myself through
sunglasses on the episode?
that. Looking like Mary J. Blige.
Brian J.
That's
Blige.
stupid. Right.
Mary J. Blige.
Bryan J. Blige.
I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. Not gonna shed no tears. That's what you
That's the
said.
name of
Bryan
the
J. Blige
episode.
is hilarious to me.
That's the name of the
God,
episode.
that's
That's
funny.
Mary cousin.
No happy holidays, okay?
I can't unhear that, Danae.
That's
Don't.
funny. That's
God, that's
hilarious.
Dog's
funny. But
trying to get in the
that was
trash.
my weekend. Bryan J. Blige. What y'all have going on?
Man, my weekend was good. We celebrated my daughter's 5th birthday, and we went with
Happy
the
birthday,
screaming
Happy
kids.
Berkey.
birthday, boo.
Yeah, so that was a lot of fun, and we just celebrated her and whatnot.
I
Last
saw
week,
they made their cakes.
they made their cakes, and it was nasty. I was
You
like,
didn't eat
Hey,
none?
hey, hey,
I
hey.
didn't eat
Don't
what?
do no.
I
Hey.
wasn't gonna eat that.
You
You are
bogus.
dirty.
Dang.
You are not. You. I don't care if you take your AirPod out. I know where you live.
I don't care.
Dang.
I don't care. Yeah, no, I ain't eat it.
Oh.
I'm cool on that. My
Yeah.
son's was vanilla with it was like yellow. It was a yellow cake with vanilla frosting. She had I don't like chocolate cake really. I'm cool on chocolate
Mhm.
cake. So and
Mhm.
then they put like she put nerds on top of it. I was like, hey, whatever
Uh,
you want to do, baby. That's all you. That is all you.
Oh. I'm proud of
Um
that.
last week we went to we was like, where do you want to go for your birthday? She was like, She was like, I want to go to Chili's. And we were just like,
mhm.
okay. And yeah, so
Say less.
they love a bougie restaurant. According to
Mhm.
them, it's a bougie restaurant. So
Well,
um
well.
Yeah.
yeah. Sunday,
Raising them right.
Okay.
there you go. Sunday, went to church, and listen here, the message was for me because our pastor he
Oh,
said, your peace is private property. Wow. It was
Mm.
so good. It was so
yeah.
good. So
Mhm.
so yeah.
Sounds
So
like
this
a great
weekend was real cool. Weekend was real
Why
cool.
would you say something like that? Like, why would you do that? Your
I'm
peace
gonna
is
I'm
private. Let me
I'm gonna send
tell
you the
you.
link. I'm gonna send you the link.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
I'm gonna send you the
okay.
link.
But
It was real
still.
good. It was real good. But yeah, as we go into our segment, what's our first segment that we should go into? You got a wellness tip, my brother?
He ain't well.
I was ready. I was ready. And I had a few. I was bouncing up, and I was like, I'm gonna say, oh, what about this? Oh, what about that? Oh, and so I want to. I do have wellness tips. Let me know if y'all want to go there. Do y'all want to be mad? How we want to do this?
We can be well first, and then
Okay.
I'll bring us back down. You know.
Back down.
Gosh, I can't stand you. So,
Really, it's my favorite thing to do.
so as I mentioned on Sunday, I went to the grocery store and like that was Sunday. Saturday eating like I mean I've just been doing it. That's just what it is, and that's my truth.
Me too.
But I went to the store. I mean Sunday went to the store, meal prep, did all my stuff, and then like I did that, and I was like, okay, cool. So we meal prepped, and then I stuck with that, drunk my soursop water. I did all my stuff, and at first I was gonna beat myself up because it's so easy to do that about what we didn't do. But like, what if we realize that if we just tell ourselves, I did this today. If we can't talk about the weeks coming, we can't talk about the weeks prior. But you did it today. So mine was that was good for me with the eating. That's my thing. But like if you have your thing that you've accomplished or working through whatever, just if you could do it today. You can't worry
Yeah.
about tomorrow. Just do it
Yeah.
today. And so that's what I was encouraging myself today. Because in addition to getting food, I was also on my bike. So I did a little spin session
Mm.
today, and
Mm.
so I'm very. But today, I did that today. So going into the week and the rest of this year, which is almost over, and just give yourself. I did it today. I did it today. So that would be my wellness tip that again that I tell me, and I'm sharing with y'all because we family. And I want y'all to be good, even when Brian J. Blige say something that because I'm
I go
still on
cry.
that. Still on that. But yes, but that would be my wellness tip. So let's get fun with it. Danae, tell us how you tell us how you man. I want to know.
I mm, travel can always present an interesting uh
And
thing.
interesting. And
Yeah.
interesting. Fill in the blank.
And I often feel like I get on here and I be talking about y'all kids, so I'm not even gonna go there. But y'all kids on these planes, they don't be acting right.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
but just in general, I think that I just can't understand how this gonna sound bad, but how some people don't understand how to travel yet.
Mhm.
Like why are you still rolling up here with liquids? Like, why are you
Mhm.
still rolling up here with liquids? Why are you
Okay.
still
Okay.
like putting up a fight
To
or you don't got
TSA?
your things out? Like you
Yeah.
just out here wrong, right? Like
Mhm.
so even with TSA pre-check, like you ain't gotta take your shoes off, but you still gotta take your jacket off. Like it's
Mhm.
people you just see so much because I guess it makes sense because you get people from all different walks of life, like going different places for different reasons. So people
Mhm.
just be really high strung in the airport
Mhm.
sometimes, and like you
Mhm.
just don't you gotta go in with a plan. And people that don't have a plan, they just in a way. Um, so getting on my flight, I was on Southwest. I'm loyal to Southwest. And the 2 free bags, whatever. Okay.
Mhm.
So I'm at the gate and I hear them saying, like, this is a full flight. Well, going, my flight was like completely empty. They had to tell us to sit in a certain point of the plane. Going back, it was a full
Wow.
flight. Like,
Okay.
yeah, well, I guess you have to sit they split the plane in thirds and like just to balance
Mm.
weight, you have to sit at a certain place. So going back, it was a full flight, and so they're telling people like you're gonna have to if you're in Group C, you are more than likely gonna need to check your bag. So just come on up here now. Come on up here now and check them, so you won't have to worry about slowing the plane down. If
Mhm.
every person didn't get their butt right on that plane with trying with that luggage, and then they like told us that we couldn't like they're coming over the loud thing like you have to get your bags checked or whatever.
Mhm.
People still putting up a fight. People then so eventually they got the bags out. It was like 8 or 9 people that needed to check their bags. Then people be trying to stuff them up in the overhead compartment and somebody broke the latch. And apparently, like if anything like that, as small as that is broke on the plane, they can technically deplane you and
Wow.
you have to get a new one. So like the flight attendants was so mad because they just kept saying like don't try to stuff it. If it's closed it's already full, don't do it. People
Right.
steady trying to stuff they stuff in there, broke the latch. The pilot had to come out, he did something and fixed
You
it,
don't
but
never see the pilot.
he was already seated and just chilling and had to come out of there and do that. And I'm just like, why are you stuffing
Mm.
that stuff in there? Like
Mhm.
why are we making this so
Yeah.
difficult?
Mhm.
Mhm.
I'm ready to go to sleep and get
I'm
Mhm.
home.
ready
I
to
know
go.
you ready to go wherever you going.
Mhm.
Stop
Mhm.
doing that. And
Wow.
stop brushing past my shoulder. You see me. That's it. Mad about it. Travel. Fix
Fix
it.
I
it.
hear you. Fix it. Fix it. I
Fix
hear.
it.
I hear that. I hear that.
That's funny. Wow.
I
Yeah,
hear
learn
that.
how to travel, people.
Do you ever like? Do y'all ever see that? Like where people just kind of
I feel like
not.
when you were about to touch on the kids, I was going to talk about my
Mm,
flight home from DC and I was like,
hmm.
it ain't even about just give me the baby. Just give me the baby because y'all
Right.
doing something wrong. It
My,
wasn't
my
even a matter of
baby,
like
she
these
not.
Clearly,
kids being bad. It's because they kids. I get it, but give me the baby because y'all doing something wrong. Y'all need to talk to them.
because
But
at this point, I think you kidnapped that baby. Because that baby don't know you.
because why is
That
that
baby
child?
is screaming.
Uh-huh.
Something ain't right here. Ugh.
Yes, but to your point, I hear you with the traveling. But when you that was the big one for me when you said that when you almost touched on the kids, but you wanted to try
And
to
I
finish.
feel bad sometimes for people that's traveling with like little kids because that cannot be an easy feat.
I'm
Like,
sure. Yeah,
yeah, but man,
but
Yeah.
it's
I
levels
don't
We
to
know.
that.
travel when my son was little and when my daughter is little. She's little now, but smaller.
She is a
But
grown woman. She bakes cakes.
With nerves. Okay.
Respect her. Put some respect on her
We was like, you probably want to put the nerds on after. She's like,
name.
okay, I
No.
see where you're going. I see where you're
Brooke Michael
going.
means business.
That's funny. But yeah. Okay, we get into bow. It's simple. Busy offers wisdom. Very simple. This week, and it is we have to do more with less. We have to sometimes, in life or in our different careers or hobbies or whatever, we like, man, we need all of these things. You have to let's do more with what you have already. How
Mhm,
about that? Let's start there. And if we
mhm,
can make an impact on the stuff that we have already, just
mhm,
imagine what will happen if we get the stuff that we really want to make it easy, because
Hmm.
sometimes stuff can make it easier, but it's like, is it worth this right now though? you know so we have
Yeah.
to do more with less,
mhm,
and sometimes that's where the real lesson is.
mhm.
um
Hmm.
Doing more
Yeah.
with,
Well,
yeah. What were you
now
gonna say?
behold the
Yeah.
lamb. Now behold the
Just
lamb.
thinking about going into the holiday season, like I know that's not necessarily what you were saying, but like
Oh, that's even
financially,
even better
don't
though. Yeah.
don't go into debt for grown folks, or
Mm,
don't go into debt for the holidays.
Don't yeah,
no,
yeah.
Because
no.
that's not Jesus is the reason for the season, but I
Listen,
digress.
listen.
um, but I don't know. It as when you look at your finances, when I look at my finances and I like look at certain points of the year and I look at like why I'm doing that, I'm like, no, if I could just live off of what I live off of most of the year, then when I do get abundance, it can
Mhm,
truly be abundance and not having to go still backwards towards
mhm,
something that
mhm.
should have
Yeah,
taken care of before now. So like doing more with less.
that's good. That was
Yeah.
good.
It can
Mhm.
apply to so many things too,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
plus,
To
especially for the
everything.
to everything, but especially
Yeah.
regarding the holiday. That's a good that you looped it in with that. Then you just take a lot of pressure off, because then it's like, okay, we're just
Mhm.
coming and we're just enjoying each other's presence, and you know what I'm saying. That
Yeah.
is the present. Our presence is the present. You know what I'm saying. And
Mhm.
we could take pictures and
Say it.
laugh and everything, all of that good stuff. So yeah,
And they
do
don't
Yeah.
more
mean
with
don't give
less.
me no presents. That don't mean
Yeah,
that. But
yeah,
You missed it.
because
You missed
somebody
it.
got a birthday coming
You
up.
missed
ooh,
it.
what the hell?
And you know what? My parents say, you know what? Take care of me on my birthday. Christmas, don't
Mhm.
on my
Yeah.
birthday though. That's about me.
Mhm.
Okay.
Because I
Yeah.
feel like
But
at least in my
Yeah.
family, Christmas is about the kids. Like
Mhm.
yeah,
they
yeah.
thrive. Even LaRon, he's like he be about them, like because we having a gingerbread wars. But
Oh.
yeah, I feel like that'd be about the Christmas be let it be about the kids. Let it be
Let it
about
be
the
about the
baby.
Yeah.
kids. Yeah, that's a fact. That is a
Because
fact.
New
Okay.
Year's is about the grown folk.
There you
Listen,
go. That's
listen.
funny. That is funny. Okay, cool. So yeah, we done went through all of our segments, so we're gonna get into the meat of the episode. And something that I'm leading the episode, something I want to talk about is black representation in media, and
Mm.
from a black millennial perspective, since we are millennials. But so I got some
Ooh.
talking points, and I guess one of my first questions is, when did you notice film, I want to say like TV show and like film, but when did you notice like, oh wow, they look like me, like
Mm.
representation, seeing representation and stuff like that? When was it noticeable for you? And it's like, oh, I see me on TV.
Ooh. Mine was probably like All That and Kenan and Kel. And
Yeah.
that, like Cousin Skeeter, all that. I was like,
Cousin
ooh, this for
Skeeter.
me.
Yeah.
Like, but like my
Yeah.
first, I would say probably the first thing that I realized, like I think I said this over here before. Like when I was little, I used to think that old shows were new. And like
Oh,
Good
okay.
Times, I was like, ooh, because I used to watch like Nick at Night and like I
Yep.
Love Lucy and stuff like that. And there wasn't no
Three's
black people on
Company.
there.
Not a
Mhm.
Right.
one.
Not a one. And then like Good Times, I was like, ooh, this is a good show. And it's black people. And just it's a
Struggling.
shame showing me the struggle from a young age. The
Struggle.
They
projects
said
of Chicago.
Listen.
they said the real villain was Florida.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You
And I
know, as
remember she really was. I remember I said something to my mama about it. Like, I found this new show called Good Time. She's like, girl, there ain't no damn new show. Like,
get your ass
She
down.
couldn't
us.
she couldn't just let you have it, huh?
Right. Let me have my moment.
Oh,
But
that's so
yeah,
Man.
that
that's
was
so
probably
cute
the
though.
earliest. I don't know that I saw representation. It just was like a drama, like a drama with black folks. Good
Mhm.
Yeah.
times.
Good
I
time.
feel like for me, like Danae said, it wasn't so much about like representation, like where I felt like, hey, that I can identify with this. That's the aspect I'm coming from. But like as far as seeing black people, I feel like a lot of the shows, like the older like white shows, like with the like outside of Full House, because that was I went over their house. But even like my everyday TV, it was like either cartoons or something black. And I don't even
Mhm.
think it was that it was intentional. It was just the way my life was working at that time. Like even as kids,
Mhm.
like I don't remember Martin from like when I was 13. Like I remember Martin. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like I
Mhm.
remember when we would
Mm.
all sit in the living room. Like so that was a thing. So like that's why to me, like, and we all can say this, but like I'm I'm spitting it out like that because that's something that so that was like my first thing, and it was like I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna be like, anytime I see a green couch, I'm gonna be like, Martin. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna be like so that
Mhm.
was. I feel like that was mine, definitely. Like as a kid, but I saw a lot of it. But like Martin was a big part, and I feel like Martin was in like
Yeah.
90.
I was like 92,
I was
93.
gonna say 92. Yeah,
Yeah.
so you figure I was little. But yeah, that
Mhm.
was definitely and I don't even know if that was the answer, but I guess I just want to point out the
That
fact
was
that I
your
don't even know.
answer.
That was
Yeah,
your
true,
answer, my brother.
true,
It's
true.
a really
They
good I don't know if you saw this. It's on Vice. It's called Black Comedy in America. And they did an episode on like black TV and film.
Oh.
Uh and it like they go way back to like the first black people that were ever on TV, and you know how the representation was not
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
of people with astute uh lifestyles.
Hmm.
And you know, it's just very interesting. Like the first
Yeah,
black movie star
Mhm.
um was
even
Stepin
hearing that
Fetchit.
is just
It was
Mm.
Stepin Fetchit. That's crazy, right? But
Mhm.
it just was.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's pretty interesting. You know what? Sometimes I think about, and I've never said this out loud, but from slavery to like the Harlem Renaissance, stuff like that. So like people being celebrated for their art and stuff like that. But at what
Mhm.
point was it like the first like comedian after slavery, or because we can make a really
Right.
bad situation like funny, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So it's
mhm.
like at
that's
what
our
point,
superpower.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
and
like for
and I'm
real.
sure I'm sure it was never like, okay, well, we got to wait until we get out of slavery till we could like joke about
Mhm.
this. You know what I'm saying? It was like,
Right.
no, that's
They
they
was
were doing
joking
it
in them
Cause
coke.
fields.
I bet you
Imagine
they, although
crying.
it was some BS, the ultimate bullshit.
The
But
ultimate.
it's disgusting. But I bet you any kind of money.
It was a fool out there.
It was because like you said, we just make shit funny. It's a lot of situations that happen to be very serious, and I'm gonna be like, I should
Yeah.
not be thinking that. I should not be
Mm.
thinking. I
Yeah.
shouldn't be laughing. I should not smile. That's not good. So
Ooh.
yeah, I struggle
Yeah,
with that.
man.
Yeah,
I
that's
definitely
very
would.
interesting. But I agree with you, Nate. Like definitely some of my first iterations of like seeing people like all that Keenan and Kel. That they
Mhm.
said I never even noticed this. One of my friends was like, "Yeah, you remember when they used to call it Nickelodeon?" I'm like, "What?" I mean, it makes sense, but
They-
I never heard
I
that.
never heard that either. Maybe that was like the teenagers was calling it that.
Right?
What the hell is going on?
It wasn't as innocent as you thought it was. Yeah, they
Yeah.
used to
I
call it
mean,
Nickelodeon.
we always carrying stuff. That's just like,
No, I'm tripping on the fact that y'all didn't know that.
oh, you knew that. You probably came up with it and spread it
I'm
Right.
sitting here
nationwide.
like,
Uh-uh.
really?
I ain't hear
I
that.
did not know. I didn't know.
Yeah.
So y'all don't know Nick,
No,
Nickelodeon.
no
No.
nigga Lodian.
Nickelodeon.
Oh, I'm like, I thought y'all said as if y'all only thought it was called Nick. I was sitting there like,
No,
wait a minute, I'm about to
no,
kill them. I'm
no.
sorry, that went over my head. I'm sorry. Okay,
Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon. Okay, that makes more sense. I can breathe.
That's what
I
you
was like,
say. I was one of the original.
okay.
Oh, I got slimed one time. Go ahead,
You
continue.
got slimed?
I did get slimed.
What?
Me and Shauna, it
Dang.
was crazy. We was at like Nickelodeon Studios, and it was like something they came and got us out the crowd, like crowd participants, and we had to play a game on stage. And if we lost, we got slimed. And then they like took us in the bag, gave us new clothes, like what, like we got in the shower and stuff. Because that was always my thing. Like, okay, you get slimed, now what?
And then
And then
what?
I got to
Exactly.
see, like they just give you
Wow.
new clothes. They give you like a sweatsuit.
I never got to. That sounds so fun.
Yeah, it
My
was fun. It
cousin
was.
did Bozo
It
Super
it
Sunday stuff.
tasted. It was sweet.
Oh.
Was it like the slime that we have today?
No, it like textured.
Yeah. Like what
No,
is
it was like a liquid.
Yeah, it's
okay.
It was
definitely like more
like,
like liquid.
yeah, whatever it was edible.
Mm.
Because of course I was like,
That's
Of course not.
oh, that's what slime tastes like. Okay,
right, right.
cool,
Oh,
cool.
that's it. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's
Taste
I
funny
probably
as
was
slime.
fuck.
like, I was like 9, 10.
Yeah, that's funny. Okay, my next question is the role of black media outlets in supporting representation. One outlet that I think of is BET. So, how did that shape
Mm.
your childhood growing up? All of that stuff. Seeing a lot of black people on TV all the time.
Go ahead, 8. 8. Big 8.
Um, I hate y'all. Um,
MC8 Dream.
Right.
I feel like BET, especially during the See the Hits from the
Ooh, see the
Street,
baby.
Cheetah.
Rap City, 106 in Park. Like I feel like
Ooh,
that was
that was
such
it.
a time. I mean, the posters. I let me tell you who had Destiny's Child pillowcases. During that, Larry put some
That's funny.
shelves in my room, and I put my CDs on there like a display. I had posters
Mhm.
on the ceiling, but like I feel like BET helped me with that because I was just
Yeah.
like, I want to see all of Beyonce. I
I
want to see
mean,
all
really,
of whoever was.
what else was we watching besides
Mhm.
BET?
Mhm.
You know,
Nickelodeon.
nigga.
Nickelodeon. I'm still breathing hard about that.
Yeah.
What else were you watching?
I mean, if
I'm
it
just
wasn't on
trying to.
106 in Park, you like would switch over to TRL. to just kind of.
Yeah,
I don't
I
think I really TRA.
but I
Unless
would
I knew it was gonna
occasionally.
be somebody like be a Destiny's Child or something, then
Yeah, yeah,
that'd be
yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
different. But as far as like a everyday kind of thing, like 106 Park, I wouldn't care if what's his name on Martin Ed Gordon was the guest. I'm going to watch because I
Oh,
need to see it. I need to see what they got.
wasn't the dude on there named Ed Gordon? Remember they had like the BT News at night or whatever? I feel like it was a dude on there named Ed Gordon.
Oh,
Look it up.
Ed Gordon. Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah.
That sounds a
Yeah.
little familiar. I'm gonna have to.
Like Donnie Simpson.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
yeah.
I remember Donnie Simpson. The
Done.
Oh,
pretty
and
eyes.
Sundays in the morning, Bobby Jones
Oh, Bobby
Gospel.
Jones Gospel.
Yeah, Bobby
Yes.
Jones. Yeah,
Man, yeah, Bobby
Let me
Jones. They used
see.
to be on every Sunday.
Yeah.
Dang, they don't even do
man,
church programming like that anymore.
man,
Or
what?
the
No,
radio. But
Mhm.
absolutely
they used to be
not.
like
No.
the whole morning while you getting
Yeah,
dressed,
like
Mhm.
getting
getting your
ready.
hair
Yeah.
straightened in the bathroom.
Well, that wasn't really happening. It's like that
Right,
radio.
right. Oh.
It
Definitely
is.
sleep.
It is
But
funny. This is kind of switching points a little bit, but like since Kendrick came out with this whole beef and everything like that, one thing I noticed, I'm like,
Kendrick, whew, that took a turn. Okay.
No.
but
No,
but
Kendrick bringing us back to black though.
yeah, see, that's what I'm
Mhm.
saying. Like, I'm happy that both of his parents are black. And a bonus point, his dad is from Chicago, like for real.
He
And
is.
just funny story, like he's like, we really need to move out of Chicago. It's getting really bad. Let's move to Compton. What?
Like,
What?
Oh yeah, that works. Good
right,
idea. Smart move.
He ain't know.
Smart.
He ain't
tomato,
know. So
tomato.
yeah,
Right.
right. He ain't know. But yeah, I'm really happy to have a person like an artist that is our artist. He is absolutely
Yeah.
our artist. Like,
Mhm.
Mhm.
so that
Yeah.
that feels really, really good. And it's great to see in the media. So
And
yeah.
I think that's why too, like it's a if you know kind of thing. Like
Mhm.
that's why it connects. It
Mhm.
connects with some and doesn't with others because it's like you didn't have a black experience, and like
Mhm.
I still love you, but this
Right.
ain't for you. This some boo
Mhm.
boo. Okay,
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
don't even.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you know
Oh.
what? I feel like other cultures, especially, I was talking to my barber about this. When other cultures are proud of their, culture and heritage and stuff like that, it's like that's commendable. But then
Mm-hmm.
when it's like blackity black people, it's like, or even when people are like, oh yeah, black Americans don't have any culture. Get
Mm-hmm.
out of here.
Yeah.
Like that's
Right.
not even
Right.
What does that even
that's not
mean?
You
even
just
true.
don't get it.
Your
You're a
lips are
dumb
about to
Right.
fall off
person.
because of the lies. The
You are a
lies.
Right.
dumb person. You are a
What are you
dumb
talking
person.
about? Black what? Uh,
Oh
yeah. Okay. So yeah, we all love BET. We can
Mhm.
agree
yes.
on that. Yeah,
Huge
BET.
part of coming
I
up.
used to
For
be
sure.
running home trying to get trying not to miss trying to miss as little as possible from Rap City. I'm like, who is
Mhm.
freestyling today?
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, it was crazy. Big
What
Tick.
was y'all favorite of the lineup? What was y'all favorite show?
Favorite
I was
show?
definitely 106 in Park.
106 apart.
Yeah.
Rap City for me.
I really miss Cedar, and my life hasn't been the same since Cedar left because she was that girl, and I
Ooh.
really love Cedar. I really love her, but
Man.
like obviously 106 in the Park, but I'm picking
It's Cedar,
Cedar
baby.
because if she was here today, let me tell you, a lot wouldn't
remember
be going on.
remember on New Year's they used to do the countdown and they had
Hmm.
Cedar on there.
And she'd be at that 106 the Park. Smoking
With her
Tuki with
big
her
old
crop
hips.
top.
Right.
She was that girl. She definitely had a Peloton.
I used to y'all
Dang.
remember Access Granted too? I used to love Access
Yep.
Granted.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
They
Oh.
don't even do none of that no more.
Like
Yeah.
it they be making videos, but like
They
y'all
do be
ain't
making
really
videos.
watching them videos like
Them
that,
not real
are you?
videos.
It's
Not
Like,
just
really.
not like remember
Crazy.
DVRing
oh yeah.
or like because I want to see who number one, but I'm not gonna be at home. Like, remember the
Mhm.
Bow Wow stretch where it
Mm.
was just like
Yeah, Mr. 106 in Park.
Mr. 106
Mr.
in Park is
106 and
back.
Park. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
My
That was nuts.
just a funny story about Bow Wow. My childhood best friend was a Bow Wow fanatic, and she had him a party, and sent the tape to 106 in Park. And she went to 106 in Park and they played it while he was on the, like, I
Oh,
was just like,
dang.
dang, like it was a whole
Yeah.
thing. Like she was getting like clothes made,
Now
wearing it on
you
the
she
regular.
was the bomb.com at school.
Listen, and a baby fat dress for homecoming, girl, please
Baby fat.
do not play with her. But yeah, I was like, you are for real. I was like, so maybe she is gonna marry Bow Wow,
She
but
clearly she's got
Mrs.
an
Moss.
in.
but that's 106
Right.
Park did it. She was able to sit in the front. I was sitting there like, I know her.
Mrs. Moss.
Mrs. Moss. That's
That's cute.
her.
Yeah,
Going back
we
Yeah.
to
all
that
wanted to be
time,
Mrs. Moss.
like just random, but like Ashanti really had a stretch.
Listen.
She
These
did.
kids will not know
She
about
did.
Ashanti, Ja
Mm-mm.
Rule. Like
And
No.
she just came out of
Nope.
nowhere.
Keisha
And
Cole
she was
too.
just there. Yeah, they were just
Keisha
there.
Cole
And
had a
Yep.
so
Mm-hmm.
good.
Yep. Yep.
yeah,
So
Monica.
good.
Cause
Yeah.
even with Ashanti, like she had her own stuff. Then she had the Ja Rule. She was in the Ja Rule,
Yeah,
Mhm.
and
yeah,
he was killing it.
Yeah.
Like
yeah. Oh, he
I'm
was.
still
Yeah,
mad at 50 Cent. Ever since that big nigga came out, the
right.
brand Ja Rule. I love Ja Rule.
he's so
Yeah.
funny because he was like, I can't believe y'all listening to this singing nigga, and then turn around and singing on 21 Questions. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Girl.
He said, no, I can't believe y'all listen to him, but y'all
I
should
didn't
listen
say
to me sing
nothing
though.
about me. I said nothing
Right,
Oh.
I
about
ain't say it about me. I said I can't
me.
believe y'all
Right.
listening to him. That is
I
Oh,
funny.
probably
man.
had more like Ja Rule and
Everybody
Ashanti
did.
stuff on my voicemail than anybody else.
Oh, now that's
That
funny.
was a go-to. Like that.
Yeah.
Remember the one where they had to when they was in the they was dressed like Grease. Remember the
Oh yeah,
video?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
Oh,
remember
that was
yeah.
that.
like that was
Dun,
such a
dun, dun,
cool concept.
dun, dun,
Bring
dun,
back
dun, dun, dun,
concepts
dun, dun.
and
It
videos.
was
Yeah, I remember that song. That's a good
That
song,
was a
actually.
good one. I
A
had
lot
that
of
on my
stuff was real
voicemail.
good. Yeah, that's funny. Okay. The importance of Black storytelling. What do you all think about this? The importance of Black
Hmm.
storytelling. Oh, and I have
I'll
a I
Well,
have
start
a
with
fact
you,
on
B.
this too.
You go first, B. Tell us your
I think it was for Fences. They were all Denzel Washington, Viola Davis, all
mhm.
of them, the cast, and the person basically was like, "Well, couldn't you have had a white director direct this?" And Viola Davis, of course, she rolled her eyes, but Denzel, with as much poise and classiness and everything, he said, "Well, it's not. It's a cultural difference, like if." There's a mother and a daughter in the kitchen, and she got uh hair comb on the stove. Like,
Mhm.
you understand what that means, you understand what
know
that
what I
Mhm.
mean.
smells like, the
Mhm.
texture of it.
Mhm.
So it's not that a white director couldn't direct it, but it's just those little things to make it like
The
super
nuggets.
realistic.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
So
that's true.
um yeah, so when we talk about like Black storytelling, I think about different movies that have just like changed my life, or different media. Like one of the things I think about a lot is like movies that's like important for the culture, like Next Friday,
Mhm.
Friday After
Mhm.
Next, Insecure. Like that stuff is like
Mhm.
really important to the culture, and
Yeah.
I'm super glad that those stories have been told, you know
Mhm. So
And
what
have
about the
been told
Parkers?
by Black people.
and have been told by Black people.
What about
Mhm.
the Parkers?
I wasn't much of a Parkers fan. I know that's your thing.
I don't know
We're gonna be at the
anybody.
party.
I ain't see I don't know anybody that loves the Parkers more than you.
I mean to tell you, I have the
Dang,
DVD.
mama.
Dang,
Even
B.
but
I
but but
just
honestly, even those TV shows, the Parkers, Bernie Mac show, My Wife and Kids, Girlfriends, like those
Moesha.
are very
Mhm.
Moesha, man, for real.
Mhm.
Like those are.
Mhm.
I'm glad that we
I
have those
mean, and
stories.
Live in Color. Let's start.
Live in
Like this
color.
is just it. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
It
This
can
is
go
a
on for a very long time.
yes.
Ooh, I
Hmm.
want y'all to watch that documentary. Imma send it to y'all.
I would like
It's
to
on
watch
Vice.
it. I would like
Yeah,
to
it's
see
really
it, as
cool.
Monique would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Hmm.
Yeah.
I'm happy I'm
I
black.
think like telling backstories, like of course it make you think of like Tyler Perry, right? So people are upset with the way that Tyler Perry tells black stories, but like there is everybody seen the Medea plays. You know,
Mhm.
it was something about that that was
One more
so
thing.
black
Right.
that you
Yeah.
couldn't deny it. Like
Yeah.
and it was like there wasn't streaming and it was just like word of mouth and like through
Mhm.
churches and stuff like that. So like you got a specific like niche community that ran it up. And look at him. Like
Yeah.
so
Look
like
at him.
don't try to make it seem like we didn't once appreciate. You can find flaws in it, of course, but like
Mhm.
what
But
work
I'm
can't
still
you
gonna watch
find
the Tyler
flaws in
Perry
it?
play.
Right, right. Like
I'm going to. I'm
I
going
will
to.
quote Meet the Browns
I'm,
until they
Mhm.
throw the dirt over me.
see, I'm a
Like
This
class
is your
reunion, family
granddaddy.
reunion kind of guy.
right.
This is your granddaddy.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
It's just
Sorry, not
everything.
sorry.
Right.
I
But
think
yeah, go ahead.
yeah. I was just gonna say I think also I'm not even mad at like a Tyler Perry, you know, for continuing on how because that's in his mind, that makes sense to him. I think we
Mhm.
just need more. We just need more
Right.
black, you know what I'm saying? Black directors,
Mhm.
black writers telling their stories as well. Yeah.
Yeah. For
Every-
everybody and not just for black people, right? Like it's something about our experience. Like we the way a show like Friends is revered and not like a living single is crazy,
right.
you know?
I was a little
But
scared where you was going with that. I was like,
oh
what
yeah,
are we being
I've
inclusive
never
or what's going on?
I've never watched an episode of Friends. But
No,
I
and
feel
that's
like it's
fine.
been forced on me. Like I have to
Yeah.
acknowledge it in a way that our light-skinned brothers and sisters don't have to acknowledge a living single. You know,
Oh
like
yeah, for sure.
I feel like if I bring up a I could say Dragonfly Jones and y'all know what
Hmm.
I'm talking about.
Hmm.
And they'd be
Should have
like,
been
yeah,
practicing
Ross
your
and
art.
Rachel. I'm like, I
Right.
I ain't
don't
got
know
no
them.
money, huh? I ain't
Right.
got no
Right.
money, huh?
You should have been practicing your art.
Right.
Had to
But
He
been
said
see,
playing.
my lights off. He said if you was practicing your art, you wouldn't even notice that your lights off. What?
Had
Give
to
me my
been
money.
playing bingo.
who
Oh,
does?
That's funny.
Dragonfly
But no,
We
you're
could do
right.
this
You're
all night.
definitely we could do this all night. And it's so funny when I think about like white rom-coms and how it's like a million white rom-coms. And then
Yeah.
like when a movie that doesn't really have anything to do with anything for a black, audience, whatever, it's like, why is this being made? No, that
Yeah.
question doesn't even need to be asked. It can
Right.
be made because it needs to be made.
Yeah. Did you this is actually I think I just saw it today about Jaleel White. Did y'all see the most recent headline with Jaleel White,
Breakfast
aka Urkel?
Club. At the
He
Breakfast
Yeah, I
been
Club.
watched it.
doing he's been on a tour, media tour. He got a book coming out.
Yeah.
But it's something about him that is just not likable.
Yeah.
And like I guess he said um black stories got to be hood stories in order for them to be acknowledged by the wider public. And it's like, no, they don't.
Yeah, that's
No, they
not true.
don't. Like,
Fresh Prince was
and
not a hood story.
exactly. So what are you trying to get at? And why are you
Martin,
saying that?
right,
Mhm.
Like,
exactly. Martin was
he
not a
was
hood
like,
story.
he said that family matters don't get acknowledged like a Martin.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was tailored to different people. It was a
Yeah,
family show versus a comedy. Like, and
yeah.
shut up, Urkel.
Shut up.
It will always be Urkel.
Yeah, I don't know that. I mean, yeah, I didn't. Family Matters. I watched it. If it, I ain't really. It didn't really give to me. And Urkel got on my nerves after a while.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that one
I
didn't really
think
get to me. So I
I
mean, no
think also
shade.
with Family Matters is super on the nose though. You know what I'm saying? Like they spell out the joke for you. It's like
Mhm.
it's not really that it's
Yeah.
not too deep. You know what I'm saying? It's not,
Yeah.
so I don't know. You know.
Because when Tommy was dancing for the charity event, but they thought he was a stripper,
Right,
it took
right.
you on you went on a journey. You didn't know what was gonna
Yeah.
happen.
Character development on point.
Listen,
Okay.
On point.
listen.
Oh,
Until
okay.
season 5. But I digress.
Yeah, yeah. A lot went on.
Season
Um,
5 was terrible.
what do you all think about authentic storytelling versus tokenism?
Oh gosh.
I knew you would
Oh,
have a lot to say
I'm
on that one.
sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
I like this quote that I
I
seen
hate
on
it.
Twitter. It said, "Tokens still get spent at the end of the day. Don't be no token
Right.
blackie."
Dang. I can't even. I gotta say something after this episode to y'all on this topic. But I can't say it for the public. Um, yeah, I even when you look at certain shows, like they say this about Friends, there were no black people in the show. Sex in the City, there were no black people. Like there was one well, Miranda dated Blair Underwood. He was her
Mm.
black boyfriend. And then there was another episode where they was like in a hood,
Oh
but
wow.
there really was no black representation of it. But now, like with the reboot of Sex in the City, I know y'all don't watch this.
I
Do
didn't
y'all
know it was
watch?
a reboot. I didn't know it was
Yeah.
a reboot.
And it's called And Just Like That. Um,
Oh, yes, I did. I watched
yeah.
that. Yeah, I watched that.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched that.
So now they have Nicole Ari Parker. Y'all know her.
Mm.
Terry.
She
Mhm.
is in there as one of their friends. Her kids go to the same school as Charlotte's kids.
Mm.
But I don't feel like it was needed, right? Like I feel like they
Oh,
threw her in there as a token,
yeah.
to just to on some DEI stuff. And like the show
Mhm.
was what it was. Just keep the essence of it and
Mhm.
don't try to force something on us. Because I mean, she does fit, and there's like the absence of Samantha that they're trying to fill too.
Yeah.
But she's not gonna be Samantha, and so
At
you almost
all.
setting her up to
Mhm.
just always be a sidekick or like
Mhm.
an afterthought. And I don't like that. So just keep it like it
Mhm.
was,
Yeah, because you're
you
not
Mhm.
gonna
know?
watch Sex in the City and not, or and just like that, and not think about Samantha. Like you just not gonna
Right.
do it.
Exactly. And like we had girlfriends.
Yeah.
And girlfriends was big in
Yeah.
our community. So like let us just have our stuff without
Mhm.
trying to force the token on us. Cause it never really I don't know that I've ever really seen it done well. Have
Yeah.
y'all?
Mm.
You know what
Well,
I
go
go
ahead.
ahead. I was
It's
just
like
gonna
we had
talk
a
about.
stop sign. Like, you go.
I
No, you go.
know,
You go.
right? You go. But I was just gonna say when I went through that stage where I was like watching all the old black TV and shit like that, and I watched
Mhm.
227, and I was so happy to watch it. And then when it took that turn, I was like,
What time?
you don't remember when everybody got like jobs and stuff, and they was like in the office space and
Oh no, I don't remember
exactly,
that.
yeah,
Oh,
No,
yeah. So
no.
I was watching 227. I was like, yeah, nothing. Like I was
Right.
so upset because it
Right.
was
They
just
didn't
starting
gentrified
to,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now they going to like I was just like, ugh, and it wasn't even like they weren't even like funny. It was like, I don't watch no more.
Yeah. It's like when the shows cross over, it
Mm-hmm.
gets or like even we Martin is an example of that. Like although we know that there was something else going on, as the budget got bigger,
Mm-hmm.
mhm,
like it's nothing like season 2 of Martin.
mhm.
As the
Mm-hmm.
budget got bigger, it
Season
became
one.
more right. It became more
Yeah.
like commercial
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Also ridiculous
for
and
a
stuff.
wider audience, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, yeah. Oh, to answer your point, Nate, when you were saying I don't think it's been done before, I think that always the idea is we have to put a black person here, no matter who the black person is, versus
Right.
writing a story. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't
Yeah.
have they don't have to be black, but the fact that they is that the fact that they are, or we're going to delve deeper into their story because they're an interesting human, not only because they're black.
Mm-hmm.
I think that has to be kind of accounted for.
Yeah.
This person is a human. It's not just because they don't wear
That
dashikis all the time. Like
Mhm.
right.
And
probably
burning
never.
incense. Yeah.
And burning incense, right? It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So very very interesting.
What were
Um
you gonna say, Adrian?
yeah.
Nothing. It's great question. Great point. I don't even want to do that to myself. Yeah, because
Just
yeah. But we will talk. But I don't. I just
right, right. Okay. Okay.
yeah
Okay.
yeah.
We'll move on.
No, that's not.
Um, noted. This makes me think of like SNL. Do y'all watch Saturday Night Live? Ever watch?
No.
I know what it is, but no.
I went on
Just
this
never.
thing. I don't even know how I arrived at it, but I started watching, and then I was like, I'm gonna go back to because it's like currently in its 50th season. It's like one of the
That's
longest running
crazy.
shows on TV right now, right? So they doing like a commemorative, y'all know the word,
Mm-hmm.
What
season,
they thought about the people.
50th season,
I'm
right?
kind of rooted by Viv.
Right.
As Peter was
Commemorative. Um, so I was like, I'm gonna go back to season one. And I would see just how many, like, because the monologues is like the big thing at the beginning of the show. Like whoever the star is, does a monologue. I was like, I want to watch all the black monologues. When I tell you it wasn't one to like the 80s, and it was like OJ Simpson, like he was like
What?
the first
What?
black guest, even though they would have like I forget what his name was, but he the granddaddy in Jamie Foxx show.
Oh yeah, Garrett Morrison, I
Yeah,
think is his
yeah,
name.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
He was on like the early seasons, and they
Mhm.
only always had like one person. So like eventually it was Eddie Murphy, then it would be like Chris Rock, but there really was no black representation in that show at all. And so like the characters and stuff, like until Eddie Murphy came along, the character, like you could tell that it was a white person writing for this black actor,
Mhm.
and it just wasn't. That's why they didn't have a black audience, and that was kind of the formula that In Living Color took in order to make, well, the Wayans family took in order to make In Living Color.
Yeah.
And think about like how big that was.
Oh
Like
my god,
I feel like we all
I
used to
remember watching that. I remember
watch.
watching that.
Yes, but I don't know. It's just like it's almost like the more pointed of a community that you could be dealing with, the more authentic the stuff is, right? So like
Mhm.
we all were in different times and places, but it was something about In Living Color that made all black folks turn on their TV and
Yeah,
watch it.
yeah. So the very big
Um,
Mhm.
booty TV. The very big booty
yeah,
TV.
right.
Very big booty. Yeah.
Heavy. If you drop that on your toe, it will come
Did
What?
off.
y'all have a floor model?
Yes.
My
Yeah,
granddad did.
we did.
Or
Mm-hmm.
but you know what we did have? We had the flat screen that was just, like that.
Mm-hmm.
Flat screen that was the Hachi Tachi.
No, y'all was
No, but it was
highfalutin.
a
Y'all was highfalutin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
y'all was highfalutin.
no, I tell you, a highfalutin. My one homie, we had went over his house. The same TV that was in our family room was in his room. I said, "Oh, y'all rich
Oh,
for real."
oh, wow.
Wait, do you have
Wow.
a bathroom in your bedroom? Wait,
Right.
What? Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, he was living good.
He was
yeah.
living a
Well,
good life.
they also had a theater room in like
Mm,
2003. So yeah,
He probably
yeah.
eat hot
There
dogs
you
and
go.
pork and beans. He probably
hot
eat
dogs
hot
and
dogs.
what?
No.
Hot dogs and
No.
pork and
Dip,
beans.
dipped in caviar probably.
Yeah,
Right.
no. I didn't know what
Clearly.
caviar was till like last week.
Last week.
That was Richie Rich.
That was something else.
That
Something.
is
You better
funny.
give me a syrup sandwich. But
No, yeah,
so nasty.
never.
That's
So
funny.
nasty.
I
This is
have
this is good.
I got one
I
more
like
point
this.
unless
It
anybody
is
else
it
got
really
another
make me
point.
happy. I don't even it don't
I
even
know.
I feel
I've
like it's
been
just
smiling.
flowing. Yeah, I love
Mhm.
this. Do y'all shit. Brian J. Blige. Because we don't need no
Oh, you
happy
gotta
Um
dance
Xmas.
like Mary with the boots. Ah, 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 ah.
Uh, she said, "What I do is fly. I don't know what these people that's parodying me, making fun
See
of me."
there? Look, nah, you messing up
I'm
your
not. I'm
word.
gonna keep mine. I'm gonna be very, very, very. Nope. Yep.
Mindful and demure.
Right. Because I'm not. Y'all not about to have me stressed out.
What do you guys think about the call for accountability in Hollywood, for greater representation and accountability in their entertainment industry? How do we keep showing like authentic black stories, and whatnot? I guess it's really not. Well, I do have a point that we could do. We need to support these TV shows, these movies that are black. Um,
Mhm.
you know, we
Yeah,
need to
that's the
support them
only
so
way.
yeah, for real.
That's the only way. Like, look how many people, again, going back to Tyler Perry, he's been able to put on
Yeah.
because he did right by people
Hmm.
and was not, they label him as difficult to work with.
Hmm.
So he just went and built his own and got a whole he's just been able to accomplish so much from so little.
Mm-hmm.
And dang, that's like
Yep.
BZ
Bow.
offers
Bow.
wisdom.
Bow. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like
And they say he
doing
pay
more with less.
good. They say he gonna
Yeah.
pay.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
He
yeah.
gonna
And it
pay.
don't matter if that reminds me, did y'all see the show Black AF that was on Netflix?
I never watched it.
It was
Maybe.
so good to me. And
Was
they had
it?
an episode with Tyler Perry on it. He was talking
Yeah,
about that.
yeah.
He was like, "You think I care? Like when people be saying all this stuff about me? Like, no." And it was funny because that was the first time I ever seen Tyler Perry just cuss. Like
Hmm.
he was just like cussing. I'm like,
Hmm.
dang, you ain't supposed to do that.
Yeah,
Right.
he ain't supposed to do that, Tyler Perry.
Right, right. But that y'all should watch that. I don't know where I was going, but yeah, we
We're
gotta
just
put each
talking
other
about black
on.
TV. Yeah,
Support,
but you're supporting
put each
the
other
black
on.
TV
Yeah.
shows and black
Yeah.
movies,
Hmm.
black productions, like, and then oh our friend she's having a happy hour for the new app. Is
Mm-hmm,
it
mm-hmm.
black? Is it black or B? What?
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Black.
has a new. Yeah, she's a part of a startup for a new app, and they're having a happy hour Thursday. At
Yeah.
this spot in Hyde Park. I said I wanted to go. But yeah, but to your point, like supporting and just doing stuff and just telling people you take pictures because I'm gonna book you. You said you need a photographer. Don't worry. Don't worry. I got the perfect person for you. But
Perfect
yes,
person.
that's
Sorry.
I'm
I was
about to say
trying
we
to
got sound effects.
no.
We made
I
it.
was
Let
I
bounce
was
and break
trying to
your back. You bounce
no,
so
it was
hard, did it
Right.
break your back?
no, it wasn't. I was trying to find this funny as hell because she had it on her story, so I'm trying to like go to the
But
flyer to
the
show you
fact that
what.
we talked about Rachel and then you play bounce and break your
No,
back.
it wasn't. It wasn't bouncing back your black. It's that black on black, black.
Oh, okay.
Oh
That's all.
yeah. That's
Mama's
funny.
gonna bounce and break her back. Oh, and I got on my FAMU sweatshirt. Oh, Rachel,
Dang,
that's what's
Rachel. Hey,
up.
Rachel.
Hey, Rachel,
Yeah,
how was
I
that?
think I met her one time. She's an amazing individual though.
She
She was
is.
great.
yeah.
She is.
Yeah, she was great. I watched a small documentary. It was probably only like 10-15 minutes, but it was about how movie studios basically launder money, how they
Mm.
hide money. And so like real quick breakdown. So let's just say the budget for a movie is $100 million. They
Oh,
spend
Jesus.
this like Left Eye.
right. So let's say you get $1 million in. So let's say the
100.
budget is $100 million after actors, after location, equipment. Let's say you spent $100 million. Now at the box office, let's say that it does like $50 million. So with actors, they would be like, you get half now and then half after the movie recoups or whatever. So
Uh,
to basically stop the actors from getting the other half of the money. They'll say, okay, the box office made $50 million, but we had to spend additional $25 million on location, even though we paid for location already. These cups that we had for
Uh-uh.
y'all for craft services, and we had these caterers come in, that actually cost $10 million. You know what I'm saying? So now they're subtracted $35 million, and they say, well, another
Oh.
$15 million went to like the orchestra, or like scoring the movie and stuff. And so the actors don't see their money. So I just found it very interesting. And I was like, I know that you make more money when you own and you put out your own movies and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But excuse me,
Uh-uh.
something like something like Will Smith or like Kevin Hart opening their own production studios. It's like, I don't want to get took by these movie studios no more. So I'm gonna open
Right.
up my
Yeah.
own movie studio, and we're gonna work in partnership if I ever have to use them. But I'm putting up my
Mm-hmm.
own money. And that was just very interesting, because the people, like even the person that wrote Forrest Gump, he hadn't seen like no money, and it had made like all
That
this
was
money.
like, yeah.
So it
Wow.
wasn't even a thing of like, it was a black and white thing. It was just like a greed thing,
Yeah.
which was
Yeah.
very interesting. But I am happy to see that people have their own production companies, and they could
Mm-hmm.
you have more of it in your own hands, instead of waiting
Mm-hmm.
to be like, I mean, I gotta wait for them to give us this money, and you know what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
yeah, I just want to touch on that. And you
Well,
know,
that's
if white people getting done wrong, you know, black people getting done 100 times more
mm-hmm.
wrong.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you're right.
It went from worse
Dang.
to worse, sir.
Right. This is not new.
The
The buses is not new.
well, I'm about to text your mama the bus.
Go ahead, B. I'm sorry.
that's all I have
Oh
for this.
God,
That's all
that's
I
so
have for this
funny.
episode,
No,
man.
that's cool.
B, I
That
really
was
enjoyed
fun.
this. This was
Yeah.
really good. I would watch us if I wasn't us. Dang,
Can
Brian
you
J.
please
Blige.
name this episode Brian J. Blige?
Please, Brian J. Blige.
Black TV with Brian J. Blige.
With
Black.
Brad J.
That's it.
Blige.
I will tune in. He come on before Arsenio.
That's right. Woo, woo,
Ooh.
woo, 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 woo. Yeah.
No, okay. So I keep talking about this doc. Everybody, y'all should watch. It's called Black Comedy in America on Vice. I think I watched it on Hulu. But it
Oh, nice. Okay.
yeah, it was very entertaining. I actually think it's done by Tiffany Haddish. Tiffany Haddish, Chris Spencer, and then this other influencer. I be seeing him. He a comedian, but I don't really he ain't whatever. They were the hosts and they did a lot of the
Uh,
interviewing and stuff like that. But pretty cool.
okay. Nice.
Cool
That's
watch.
what's up, man. That's what's up. I actually watched a documentary on Vice talking about Arsenio Hall
Oh yeah.
rise. That was really good too. That was really good. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if anybody don't have another, Nate, take us out. Take us out.
Oh, dang. Okay.
It's so quick.
It
We were like,
does.
yeah, because blah, blah. All right, let's wrap this shit.
What else y'all want to talk about? No.
Ah, that's funny.
No. Support black stuff. Support black
Yes.
television, black entrepreneurs, black comedians. Um,
Black
because
podcast.
Black
we
podcast.
black podcasts.
Mhm,
Um,
mhm,
because that was such a big part of our life. Like who don't like
Mhm.
who wasn't on BET? Who wasn't, and we don't really have that anymore, that dynamic.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what Pod and Color Network
Yeah.
Yeah.
is
Speak that
going
thing.
to speak to the folks
Yeah.
that used to have a Miss Mouse in their classroom.
Mm-hmm.
And so come on back and
Yes.
support this black podcast, this black podcast network as we grow.
Yes.
And you'll be actually decent with us.
Cause we all
See
trying.
y'all. We
We is
all trying.
we is
Bro.
all trying.
See y'all.
All right.
Bye.
See y'all next one.